All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more Ace Combat 6. Grinding the multiplayer. First Ace Combat 6 session in weeks. So we'll see how this goes. I've been a bit occupied. If you know. It's been a bit since I got to fly anything, much less a plane. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. 14 days to be exact. Sounds about right. It does. Hello, James. Oh. Ooh, hold on now. That's pretty good. Pretty good. It's a grape Celsius. Granted, I know it's in my heritage to love grape flavored anything, but that's good. The grape Celsius.
I walk on.
That is that perfect mega artificial grape flavor that you either love or hate. Almost like medicine. Just the tiniest bit like that syrupy gross like cold med. That's perfect. I say gross. I never thought it was gross. I know some people do. I am unprepared for Ace Combat stream. Hold on. I don't have my spreadsheet open. Oh my god. Give me a second. How could I not have the spreadsheet? Okay. That is good. I like that. We're further along than I thought. We're starting today with a nice, classy 43% complete mark. See how she goes. I could maybe get an achievement today as well. We'll see how well I do, but I could pretty easily get an achievement. I keep like sitting up to adjust the little pillow, the little back pillow that my old chair had. This chair, I just built a new one for the new office, and I don't have an ass pillow or a back pillow. I like to call it the ass pillow, jokingly. I don't have it anymore. It's gone. 5-pound bag of grape jelly beans. After, it wasn't 5, was it? Was it like a 2-pound bag? I think it was, of the pineapple jelly beans that you got me last year. That shit was nuts. I think it was a 2-pound, right? It wasn't 5. There's no way. Because I ate all of it. So I'm hoping it was only like 2. But I remember it being huge.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Inbound cruise missile.
It has been a minute.
Radar lock.
Come here, bitch. Give me a kill.
Incoming missile.
Put me on the board.
Hit. Fired. Enemy plane down.
I'll take it. I'm on the board. My camera's in the wrong spot.
Missile evaded.
Shit. I was very unprepared for Ace Combat stream, apparently. There. Now I'm prepared. I have the spreadsheet, the camera's fixed, everything. We're good. We're cooking now. I didn't know that I was like solidly into the 40s. In my head, I thought I was at like 36, 37% done. Not 43. Which might not sound that crazy, but if you've been keeping up with how the progress on this goes, it's a pretty significant difference. That's like multiple hours of grind worth of difference. So I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by that number popping up. Oh, come on. Couldn't help but notice that you accidentally booted up John Plane. It is no accident. There's a new plane game happening this year, man. There's a whole new plane game coming up that we still don't have a release date of, by the way. But they're still saying it's this year. They're still saying new plane game this year. So I'll believe them for now. Devil May Fly. Feels like that sometimes. The Silk Song is real, but plain game. It has been a while. The, what's it? The last Ace Combat was in 2019. So it hasn't been like, well, didn't Hollow Knight come out in like 2018? It actually has been like about as long as the gap between Hollow Knight 1 and Silk Song, now that I think about it. Or was Hollow Knight 2017? It wasn't that far off, point being. We have a new plane game, so I gotta get caught up, man. I at least want to be up to like AC7, potentially, by the time that we get there. I think that's doable. I don't know if I could realistically be done with 7, but if I could get up to AC7 in the 100% by the time that 8 comes out, that would actually be huge. A non-pop finisher doesn't even know. It was 2017, 2018, one of those. My friend has decided to 100% a few of the REs he's been going through. I doubt he'll do all, but the more he's playing RE2 Remake, the more he's liking the original over it. RE2 Remake, I say it all the time, like that first run is amazing. It's like peak Resident Evil. It doesn't get much better. But then it doesn't really have the variety in the scenarios that the original RE2 did, so it's only that amazing on like the first playthrough. And then it starts to fall off the more that you grind it. I don't think any game is going to top that one for him. RE1 Remake is... yeah. RE1 Remake isn't quite as magical on the first playthrough as RE2 Remake. But RE1 Remake doesn't really get stale the same way on like repeat playthroughs. And I don't really know why, but it doesn't. I couldn't tell you why, but that just doesn't happen. Check this out, chat. Mid dogfight. We do a little under the bridge like the Chili Peppers.
Crashed.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'll be real, that was not intended.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Was 17, okay.
Fired.
DLC was 18. That's where my brain was getting that from.
Boarding incoming missile.
Different enough to be its own thing.
Inbound cruise missile.
Yeah. It's questionable. But I wouldn't say it's wrong. It's dubious. Maybe not questionable. Dubious is a good word. Where are you, bitch?
Warning, incoming missile.
It's me, John Plain. Come here.
Radar locked.
I didn't get hit by any of that. Like, not one bit of that. Okay.
Warning, incoming missile. Missile was
Hit my
evaded.
ass. Non-vital area. Oh my god. Come here.
Fox 2.
Oh, shit.
Warning, incoming missile. Missile evaded.
I have seen the Infinity news, yes. I am waiting on Infinity until they have the multiplayer working, but I've seen the news. Because, like, it's amazing that it's even working at all, but I'm waiting for those multiplayer things to get worked out, because that's, like, 95% of what Infinity was. So just the campaign is, like, it genuinely is only like 5% of the game is available, you know?
Missile was evaded.
But it's a huge first step to reviving the whole thing. So it's good. I'm waiting until it's like at least to the point where I can play most of the content in the game. Come on. You bitch. Only a hit. What a week, eh? Oh, she's a bit of a week.
Warning, incoming missile. Missile evaded. Stage complete. All aircraft return to base.
My classic finisher.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Inbound.
I think the minigames and touch puzzles add enough to where it's a different enough experience. It's true. That was a battle royale. Mark that done. Don't forget to save. Very important. Especially the more time that we put in, the more I'm just like, please don't let me forget to save. Last stream, you estimated 10 to 12 more with the current pace. I would stick by that estimate. I think that was a pretty good estimate. You know what? Let's do another battle royale. Let's do it. Let's do it. Real life tip, always remember to save. Bro, I do not need that tip in real life. I cannot stop saving. I'm like a saving addict. in real life. $47. Doesn't sound like that many. But that's also like 3 months of, or 3 months worth of streams. No, not at all. I mean, I could bang it out in 2 weeks. I could get it done. I'm not gonna play 3 hours of AC6 a day for 2 weeks straight, but I could.
Radar lock.
Even being in the 40s right now has me seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for real. Like, it's still 40% means that we're still a ways away. I think I said it last time when we hit 40 initially, but like, for some reason, you know, 20%, 30%, they're like, yeah, we're making progress, but then like 40 is like, we're almost halfway. And once you're halfway, you just got to do the same thing that you just did one more time. Like, it's becoming real. It feels like it's within reach at 40%, which might sound crazy, but it does. It feels like I'm right there. Granted, we did also start making progress faster, especially... Remember that there were like, I don't know, 2 or 3 streams worth that legit we just didn't actually make any progress because of the saving thing. And we just didn't know, right? That, you know, I had to save the game between every match to actually keep my progress. We didn't know. So even then, it's like hitting 50% is a little more than halfway in terms of the time investment because of shit like that. Also, wait. Oh no, F22. My brain got confused. I don't know if he was in the ground or not. That looked weird as shit. What was I saying a sec? Oh yeah, I saw F22 and my brain randomly thought he was in an F2A, not an F22A. And I got very confused. I'm like, why is he in an F2? Well, then I caught myself. Why am I not? No, I did take damage. Never mind. I was like, are we having the damage thing again? I don't want to say bug, but like the weird networking wonkiness that leads to me practically having God mode sometimes. But no, I am taking damage. It's just the SU-47 is crazy slippery. You're right, I could, but I won't. Actually, chat, I meant to ask yesterday, but I got a little carried away with the new zombies map because it was cooler than I had expected it would be. I'm in a new time zone now where I'm an hour ahead of the old one, right? And I just assumed that I would keep the same schedule, but to be honest, that, like, pushing it an hour later into the day just feels weird and it keeps throwing me off. So I figured I would ask. Would anyone want me to start an hour earlier and then also end an hour earlier? Like, push up by 1 hour, basically, for just going forward. Or should I just keep it at the same hour and get used to it? Because within like a week, I'll be used to it. But pushing it like an hour later into the day is throwing me off. It's weird. Like, I look at the clock and I see my normal time is like 10 minutes away. And I start to panic, and then I'm like, oh. No. It's not. I have an hour. Might miss the beginning more often. Whatever works for you. I mean, I'm just wondering what you guys think, because I can just get used to it. But I was gonna ask. I was gonna gauge the opinion. Probably missed the first hour-ish. Oh god, I have to figure out, am I only 5 hours ahead of UK now? If I remember right. Because I used to live in this time zone. Like, I grew up in Central Time, moved to the East Coast, was on Eastern Time, moved back to Central, and adapted to that again, and now I'm back on the East Coast. It's 7:20. Okay, yeah, I was like, I think I'm only 5 hours behind, not ahead. You're right, behind. Okay, yeah, that is right. Because UK is like my baseline for like Europe time, right? I know the difference between me and the UK time zone, and then I go from there.
All special weapons used.
God, this thing turns like crazy with high G. Oh my god, I wonder what high G is like on Infinity. That will actually be one of the most interesting things when I do get to it. Because for me, I'm just so like, yeah, high G was really interesting in 6. Honestly, with the way that Assault Horizon works, at least in the single player, it's not much of a factor ever. And then in 7, it's just kind of like 6, where it is important, but it's not that interesting because it more or less functions the same on every plane. So I wonder what Infinity is like with high G. Because Infinity doesn't have all the crazy Assault Horizon stuff that makes it not really important. But I wonder if it's more, or if it's more similar to AC6's or AC7's mechanics. I never have a schedule I have to adhere to.
Alpha 1, engage the
That sounds
enemy.
great. Wait, did he not kill me the first time? Did I crash? I thought he had shot me down. I thought that was multiple kills back to back for him. Is modified from Assault Horizon? Yeah, I know Assault Horizon is the base, but that like it kind of went back to a lot of AC6 stuff. This is what I've been told, right? Is that like they did use Assault Horizon as the base for it, because they kind of always use the previous game as a base, right?
The enemy has a lock on you.
And build from there. But then they went back to a lot of like AC6 mechanics to course correct. But then also a lot of the changes that in my mind are AC7 things actually came from Infinity. It's gonna be a weird game playing it. Like, I'm so used to doing release order and actually seeing things progress naturally, but this time around I just was not able to do it. Not all great, but I at least get to go my own pace because of it. I say that that sounds great. I more or less, like, I mean, I make my own schedule. So I say that, but then what little schedule I do have is self-imposed, right? It's shit like me being like, all right, 5 p.m. dinner. Every day, that's dinner time, which to be fair, I only eat 2 meals, so by 5, I'm hungry as fuck anyway, without fail. But shit like that I'm just like, boom, 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 boom. At this time, I do this. It's all me. I say that like it's not.
Missile was evaded.
Hope move's gone well. More or less. It was more chaotic than I had expected it would be, for sure. but
We have radar lock on.
more or less. Fun things like
Careful now, they're tracking
getting
you
to
on
the
radar.
Airbnb I stayed at. That was like 15 minutes away from here. That I was in for most of the last week. But I shit you not, I get there. I like open the door, walk in, turn a light on, and there's a giant cockroach
Stage complete.
just
All
on the
aircraft
countertop
return
in the
to base.
kitchen. Like, I haven't been there for 30 seconds and I've already seen one, and I'm like, oh great. I've dealt with roaches before. I know that that is a very bad sign, and I was right. That place had so many roaches. How was transporting the PC? Did you dismantle it, or did you use one of those funny expanding foam package things? I used the foam package thing. I was going to dismantle it, but then I found out that that was an option when I was looking at, like, what do I need to take out? And that option sounded so much nicer. So I did that, and the PC survived. No issues so far, as far as I know. I say that, I've already been doing, like, all the normal stuff that I do since setting it back up, so I know that it survived. It's fine. Wasn't there reviews for the place? Yeah, some of the reviews weren't great, but none of them mentioned roaches. And you would think that they would, but they didn't. What a lovely start, yeah. I mentioned it in Discord, and then it came up in False's chat once because of it too, when I was in there. But yeah. Giant cockroaches, American cockroaches, so the red kind, like the kind of brownish red kind.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
They were fun
About to send you
throughout
to
the
check
week.
point on radar. They know exactly
There
what
was
to
one
find.
morning where I woke up with one on me in bed. That was a nice little alarm clock for me.
Enemy aircraft down.
I think that was the first time I've actually had a roach crawl on me, like, ever, and they feel gross. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Might just be because they're big, to be honest. But, like, something about the way that it feels when they crawl on you is even more gross than, like, a typical bug crawling on you feeling. At least it wasn't rats. I would have preferred rats, personally. I assume you ended up still staying there? Yeah, there wasn't, like, great options in terms of changing course mid-move. So yeah,
Running low.
stayed there the week anyway. She had a bed bug problem, and I've never dealt with bed bugs. Those sound awful. Those sound worse, for sure, than roaches.
Special weapons used.
But the roaches are just nasty, man.
Box 2. Enemy
I did get some pictures
missile was evaded.
of roaches. It felt like I was, like, chasing a bounty for, like, a photo throughout the week. Like, whenever I would see one, I would, like, run to my phone, try to whip out the camera as fast as I could.
Missile struck target. You're leaving combat airspace.
I did get
Turn
some.
back immediately.
I did post the pictures on the review as I departed. So future
You on radar.
Airbnb clients, what would you even call them? Future guests would probably be the right term. Will be aware beforehand, not get the jump scare. Only bugs I don't mind are spiders. I don't mind spiders either. Especially because, like, spiders eat all the other bugs that annoy me way more. Right? Like, flies, you know, mosquitoes, whatever. If there are some spiders in the house, that issue will sort itself out. I have no issue with spiders. Future cockroach enthusiasts, yes. They'll know. They'll be like, oh my god, this is where I gotta go to see the American roaches. Oh, I might. Oh no, I've been taking. Oh, it might be flak though. We might be having the damage thing. I can't tell yet. That one looked weird for sure. But maybe I was going fast enough to get away from the burst. I'm not sure. Oh, miss my ass. There are a number of lizards I've been seeing outside. Oh, that looked especially weird. Yeah, I think I have the wonky netcode god mode this game. I think we have it. Ooh. They've always been bad. It seems like they're doing it on purpose. I've seen a couple IGN things, but I don't know if I know all of them. What was it? They gave I know about the mouse PI one. What else has IGN been up to lately? I don't think I have the full context for the generational run. Really gross to me. I mean, I don't particularly like them. Like, they're kind of gross to me too, but I'm chill with them because they eat all the other bugs. I gave Saros a 7. 6 to Crimson Desert. To be fair, and I don't want to be that guy who's like overly harsh to something that he hasn't played, but Crimson Desert does kind of seem like it sits around like a 6 or a 7. Like, to be totally real, it does really seem like that kind of game where, like, if this is specifically your thing, it's great, but it doesn't seem like it's a particularly great game. You know what I mean? Like, it seems very mid unless it is very specifically your kind of game. And it's not my kind of game. So to me, it just looks super mid whenever I see it. But it is like, if that is specifically like an itch that you're looking to scratch, I bet it's great. What the fuck is Holcomb? I don't even know this one. Or maybe I do, but I just don't recognize the name. More likely. Like Starfield, but more mid. I would just say kind of like Starfield, actually. Where, like, if you just want, like, Skyrim in space. Oh, it's a movie. Okay. That's why I don't know it. I don't keep up with movies that much. Sorry. I got a little carried away. There it is. You.
Operation Alpha complete.
Beautiful.
You're doing great. Continue on with the mission.
Not any kind of monolith. Right. That's the thing with a lot of, like, outlets, is it really is a matter of they try to assign people to games who are interested in that kind of game, but if they don't have someone on hand who is interested in that kind of game, like if everyone is already busy working on another project, they just have to put on like whoever's available. So you get a lot of times where you get a lower review score from something like IGN or really any of the big ones, right? And it's not because the game is bad or like there's some kind of vendetta against it from the outlet. It's just like the guy who they had available was just not that interested. It's not really his thing. It happens so much.
Shut down.
That one was crazy. Holy shit. 6 out of 10, Too Much Water is a classic.
The enemy.
Too Much Water was so good. There are some IGN reviews that are like generationally terrible. I'm not trying to say that there aren't, because some of them I will never forget. Like Alien Isolation, 4 out of 10. I'm trying to remember. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 got like a 9 out of 10. Halo 4 got like a 9.8 or something. Back when they used to do the decimals, they stopped doing that. But back when they did, they gave Halo 4 like a 9.8 or like a 98. Yeah, Doom 2016 got a 6. Or sorry, a 7. My bad. Now it's Too Much Cheese mouse PI review. The mouse PI review is so weird. I've seen it. And like I haven't played the game. It looks super cool art-wise and stuff. And I like a boomer shooter, so I'll get to it at some point, I'm sure. But I always buy boomer shooters on sale. Like that's the kind of game that I pick up for like $10 or less and love it, you know? So at some point I'll play it. But that review, I watched it. It's just so weird. It's like the guy just didn't want to like it. It's like he was trying not to like it and was just pulling anything out of his ass he could to not like it.
Stage complete. All aircraft return to base. Shut down.
Super weird. Very clearly just a guy who was not interested in the premise in the first place.
Intercept.
Yeah, that one was odd. In the era where anyone can make game reviews, games journalism is dying out. Yeah, I wouldn't really. Oh, that would be. Imagine you made like an aggregate site that instead of taking like all of the major review outlet scores
ESM is active.
from like text reviews, like written reviews, articles, I mean, whatever you call them, you just fucking averaged out like YouTube videos from independents instead. Because like user scores don't really work either anymore, especially in gaming. I feel like more so in gaming than in any other medium right now. Looking at user reviews doesn't really work because for whatever reason, I feel like gamers have just figured out that they can spam the scores one way or the other, whichever way they want to. And for whatever reason, will go out of their way to like significantly raise a review by spamming 10s or significantly lower it by spamming 1s or whatever. Like, the user reviews just don't really work in games anymore. Because people always just fucking swing it one way or the other. Don't some companies get pressure put on them to get a better score? Not really. I guess the most that would really happen would be like, I don't know. Trying to think. Like, think if there's like a press event, right? for the game, where they fly out a journalist, like an IGN journalist, and they're like, hey, we're gonna like put you on this nice Delta flight. We're gonna bring you out here for free. We're gonna give you a nice hotel to stay in for the night. You can come get hands-on with the game, do a little preview, and then we'll fly you back on another nice flight. Like, that's kind of as much as that happens. And that does happen a lot. 100%. That absolutely happens a lot. But outside of that, there's no, like, direct pressure to give a higher number. I think that would be illegal. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it would be. How are you feeling on the RE movie? No. No. Just no. And Zach Kreger needs to just learn to stop talking. Because he's trying to do these damage control interviews and he's making it worse. He needs to stop. He needs to learn to stop. Watch IGN give AC8 a 6 because too much air. That actually makes me curious what they gave AC7. Surely I could look, and I bet they've reviewed more than just 7, but like I know they reviewed 7. Because 7 was the first AC that really sold a shit ton. Like to the point where you could say that it gained like mainstream appeal, you know? Too many clouds. Hold on, now I have to go look. IGN, shit. Hold on. They gave it a 7. Which, to be honest, like if you're not someone who's particularly interested in flight games, I feel like a 7 is pretty fair. Like that's not a score that upsets me. I would give it more than a 7, but I like these games. Stranger Than Heaven leak was entirely fake. Okay.
Alpha 1, ESM is active.
Had a feeling it was 7 or 8. I figured it would be around that. What did I give 7? Like an 8 point something, I want to say. I didn't go too much higher. Feels like 7 as some game, 10 as a flight game or something. Yeah. What the fuck just hit me? I was reading chat. Now I feel like I'm curious about what IGN gives a lot of like more niche games. But now I'm like, what about Armored Core? Armored Core 6 was the first like mainstream appeal Armored Core game. They gave Armored Core 6 an 8. Based. Great game. Like, even if you're not a mech game guy, I feel like Armored Core 6 is just really fucking good. Even if you're not, like, into the genre. That's just a game that is badass. I'm fine with them giving a 7. It's not a bad score, but at least justify it. The fuck do you mean you gave it a 7 because it has cheese puns? They gave Postal 2 a 5. Chat, can I be so real? Postal 2 is like a 4. 5 is maybe even generous. Like, you take away the edgelord comedy of Postal 2, and it's genuinely just a bad FPS game. Like, even if you just completely ignore the postal part,
ESM is active. Enemy
it's
down.
just not a good FPS.
Crashed.
Like, to be honest, yeah, like, you take away cat suppressor, right? And just the novelty of shit like that. Like, it just being like, oh my god.
The enemy.
It is like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It's not a good game. It's a funny game. It's a, like, very entertaining shock value humor game. But just as, like, a game, it's kind of shit. It really does live off of the shock value and stuff.
ESM is active.
But the game does have that, though. Okay, with it, it's like a 6 for me. Pissing mechanic is 10 out of 10. The pissing mechanic is funny. I don't feel like it's even supposed to work outside of its humor. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird one where I don't even know if it is supposed to or not. Because, like, Postal 4, they did really try to make work outside of the humor. But then the humor was also so, like, derivative of Postal 2, and the gameplay was in a lot of ways too. And it just, Postal 4, like, even for people who love Postal 2, is kind of like, yeah, it's fine. I'm seeing some Armor Core like Omega Phoenix. Is Omega Phoenix? Is that one of the FromSoft ones? I'm trying to remember. There are some FromSoft mech games from around the time that, hold on, now I have to look. Omega.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
No, this is not. Oh, this is that new indie one that looked really cool. I did see it. Yeah, like Metal Wolf Chaos. FromSoft had a lot of weird random mech games that they made around that time too. Omega Phoenix does look really cool though. I've seen that one going around a bit. Like, as soon as I saw the images of it, I was like, oh yeah. What's the one? FromSoft made like a mech Soul Calibur
ESM is active.
back in the PS2 era. Like a legit mech melee combat fighting game.
Enemy aircraft down.
Like, there are some weird little unknown projects from FromSoft around that time that slowly have been getting more like YouTube attention. Because I feel like prior to Armored Core 6, the only old FromSoft game that got attention like that was like Kingsfield. But now a lot of the other ones, particularly the robot ones, are getting talked about more on YouTube. They made Kuon? They made one. No, I don't think it was Kuon, was it? They did make a survival horror game on PS2. It was Kuon. It was. Never mind. That is FromSoft, yes. Someone should talk about Demon Souls so someone ports it. Bro, I want that remake on PC. That would be so great. Because, like, I have some
Engage the enemy. Enemy forces
gripes
approaching
with the
city.
remake, to be certain, but I would love to have it on PC, man. I really would. That was a siege battle. Still have my Demon Souls PS5 wallpaper. My crying emoji. And to be fair, like, all of the gripes that I have, none of them are gameplay things. Like, the gameplay is completely fine in the Demon Souls remake. But the art style stuff was really weird. Like, them fucking with the art in the places that they did, I personally don't like. Not even on, like, the Prince Beloved alone. Like, I think a lot of those changes were for the worse. I think they take away from the appeal of the original in little ways. But the gameplay is still pretty much 1-to-1 in the remake. Oh, because it didn't come to PC, that's why crying emoji. Oops, wrong button. PS4 emulation is getting pretty good. Just across the board. Still, like, nowhere near, like, RPCS3 levels, but it's getting there. It's getting places, slowly but surely. Which is exciting, just because of how many PS4 exclusives kind of just got forgotten about once the PS5 came out. Never got ported or anything. And obviously just for those exclusives that never got, like, future ports or anything like that, higher resolutions, frame rates, etc. are nice. Knack on PC soon. Oh yeah. Yeah, Murakumo on PS2. That is like a, well, it's weird because it's not an Armored Core spin-off, but Murakumo is a corporation from Armored Core. But no, they have a fighting game. There's a mech fighting game that FromSoft made for the PS2. Gold standard for improvements. Bro, the RPCS3 team in, like, the last month has been going fucking nuts. Like, legit, the progress on that emulator in just the last, like, 30 days is kind of insane. Another sentry? I don't think so.
Warning, incoming missile. We have radar lock on.
What did they do? They've just had, like, a whole bunch of back-to-back things where they'll just post on Twitter one day and be like, oh yeah, we actually found, like, this one thing, so we tweaked it, and the emulator across the board has, like, 8% improved performance now. Like, it doesn't matter what you're even playing, it's just emulator runs 8% better now. And they'll just randomly post this on, like, a Tuesday at 9 a.m. Unexpectedly. Casually. And they've had, like, a bunch of those in just the last month. To have it where I can play Uncharted. Actually, I should test Uncharted again. I have to find what box it's in, but I could test it again. I don't have it dumped. I deleted my dump because it didn't fucking run on a 4080 on emulation, but I could try it again. Yeah, the water graphics fix was crazy. Oh. I have all of them if you can't find it. It's in a box somewhere with my shit. Also, can I just say, chat, worst part of moving? Well, actually, the worst part of moving was my PC. This thing is a fucking brick. And moving this thing alone caused me so much physical pain. I shit you not. The Airbnb, the only desk in the place was up on the second floor of the house. So I had to take this thing up the stairs, right? Not so bad. It's heavy, but I'm a big, strong guy, you know? I am, believe it or not. I got it up. No problem. Bringing it back down on like move-in day for the actual house did not go so well. I was the last one out of the Airbnb. Everyone else was at the house already. I packaged it up in its box. I was bringing it back downstairs. And I can't really see around it because it's huge and it's super fucking heavy. And so I'm going down the stairs. I kind of miss a step where I don't miss it entirely, but like I hit the edge of it and I slip and I start sliding down the stairs, right? Not on my ass. I didn't fall, mind you. But like, I have my shoes on, thank God, because this would have destroyed my feet if not. But I'm legit like standing, sliding down the steps. Like, holding up my God knows how heavy PC, but it's fucking heavy. I did not fall. But like, my arms are all cut up from that. Just from holding it, and like my forearms destroyed. I have like noodle arms, and I had them all day yesterday where I legit was just trying to move the couch that's in my office. I was trying to move it like over a little bit to where it's more center. Could not do it. Like my forearms just don't have the strength because they're so torn up. Like the muscles, I mean. Final Destination type thing. I managed to stay standing and hold up the PC and everything. Like it, no damage to the PC, but damage to me. My arms are torn up from catching myself while falling on like the railing. And like, what's it? Like skinned basically from sliding down it like that. But the PC survived. Keeping PCs safe, maximum priority. You joke, but this was like the juice PC, right? This thing was like $2,500. I don't want to replace that. Bro, it had the 4080 in it. I didn't disassemble it, right? So it's like if I drop it, that's the thing that's gonna break, is the 4080. The 4080 is like $1,500 alone. So I fucking held that thing up, sacrificed my arms in place of it, and they're destroyed. They're all like cut up. I basically just, from sliding, like I said, I like rubbed the skin off the one side of my arm, just sliding down. It's right. The PC will not heal. I will. I'll be good in like 3 more days. The PC would not have been. That would have been expensive. Can't be an ARM model now. And I was hobbling around yesterday, because yesterday like was the first day actually living in the house all day, right? You still have it? Kind of. It's mostly, yeah, it's pretty healed up now, where you can kind of see where it was. Let me check the other. Yeah, the other one is mostly healed aside from like the one spot where it was the worst. I'm still in my early 20s and a guy, so I still heal pretty fast. Thank God. I've got like signs of it. Show us. I got like this little bit right there. It's like I said, it's mostly healed up now, but you can see where stuff was. Like that was the worst part of that arm. And then the inner side of this arm got cut up from the box, from holding it while I was trying to stay standing. And you can kind of see where it was cut up, but it mostly healed. War wounds. But I was gonna say, I was hobbling around yesterday. Yesterday was the first day in the house, right? But, what's it? The day before was me moving in. And I spent like, I want to say from 9:30 to a.m. or from 9:30 to a.m. From 9:30 a.m. to like 5:30 p.m. just on my feet, like moving stuff, right? And I knew by the end of the day, I was like, man, my feet hurt. But yesterday when I got out of bed, I was like actually waddling around yesterday because my feet were so sore. I was like, oh my God. My feet are pretty good today. I'm walking normally. Like, they still hurt a little bit on the stairs mostly. Going up and down the stairs. But other than that, like, I'm good. With the feet. And my arms. This one spot where I really got skinned by the railing is not comfortable on the armrest, but it's not, like, painful either. Like, I would say it hurts a little bit on the armrest, but it's like a 1 out of 10. You know, I feel it, but it's barely there. New house? Yeah. I was just talking about how chaotic of a move it was. More than I thought. I was like, nah, I've moved a few times before. It's easy. I got it. But, like, you don't need any painkillers, like, for sore muscles. I probably should have taken some yesterday, like just like an ibuprofen or something. Considering how sore I was. But now I don't need it. Yeah, you can't even really... Hold on, I just now saw me trying to show this arm one. The camera can't even really see it. Like, at all. Oh, because it's like more in there. It's so weird. I can't even turn my arm like that. Plus the camera's mirrored. I'll try to trace it with my finger. This is what I was trying to show before, where like you can kind of see it where it was, but it's mostly healed up. Did this one show? I imagine. Oh yeah, that one shows pretty good. That one spot in the middle of it where it was really bad. I was like, surely. I didn't even realize how not visible that one arm was on camera. It just looked like a completely normal arm. But yeah, I sent False a picture of it. Actually, I sent her the picture of the arm that wasn't as torn up. But she saw it when it was fresh. Wait a minute, so I have a picture of it. I'm stupid. It's not that bad there either, because it was still so fresh. It didn't even, like, it was bruised and everything after. Never mind, that picture sucks. Forget it. The last 2 times I've moved, we moved like within the same block. We just used a shopping cart. Yeah, that's the thing that I think I was underestimating, where I'm like, oh, the last few times I've moved, it wasn't like across the country, you know? More like hella rug burn / road burn before it moved. Yeah. Or bruised. Yes. Moved. I'm saying moved so many times.
Enemy aircraft down. This is Alpha 1 requesting attack support.
Where am I now? Secret. Carpet burns hurt like crazy. Yeah, it was kind of like that, but from the cardboard box that my PC was in as I fell with it. It was similar. And then the other arm was on the wooden railing. So that one was a little worse. What's it? I went out to dinner last night with my parents, and my dad was like, oh my god. Because I was just sitting there like with my arms on the table. And he caught the one arm that now is pretty healed up. But last night he was like, what happened here? He didn't know because he wasn't there. And I just didn't really mention it. I was too busy moving everything else. But I started all of this tangent with the worst part, aside from all that, now that I've remembered all that, was setting up the Elgato again this morning for this stream. Elgato, you make the best products, but holy shit, your capture cards. I hate setting them up. I hate every time I have to set up one of these capture cards because there's always an issue. Without fail, there is always an issue. Like this morning, I hooked up the Xbox, I got the game popped in, put the capture card together to the PC and everything. I open up OBS to just make sure it works, and like, it had no audio going through at all. And the frame rate was like 10 FPS. It was like mega choppy. I was like, well, that's not quite right. Spent forever fixing that. I don't even remember what it was that I did troubleshooting that eventually fixed it. But it took forever. It took like a good 30 minutes to troubleshoot it. There's always something with setting up a capture card, man. I swear to God. Should ask them for a sponsorship. Bro, honestly, I could. Or I should, rather. My light, my stage light is Elgato. My microphone arm is Elgato. My microphone is Elgato. My capture card is Elgato. You have to change the FPS in the settings. It wasn't that, because it's the same capture card I had before. Which is where the frustration kind of came from. Where it is like, man, I've already set this thing up on this PC like 2 times before. Same card, same PC. How is it just not working this time? Like I plug it in and suddenly something doesn't work. I don't remember what it was that eventually fixed it.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
But there's always something. I hate setting up a capture card. They never work right out of the box, I swear. Do you have a Stream Deck? I actually don't have a Stream Deck. I always think about getting one, but then I'm like, I don't need it. Remember to change your refresh rate in Windows settings, chat. You know what actually kind of surprised me? Recently, not that recently, maybe a couple months ago or so, I found out that False had a high refresh rate monitor. I think it's like a 120 or a 144. And I was like, did you set it to actually have that? And she opened up her settings. She had set it. I was surprised. I was so ready for the classic monitor only at 60. But no, she actually had it set.
Shut down.
Because Overwatch wouldn't work if I didn't. Oh.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I won't deny I did that at first. It's the classic. Like, everyone forgets to go into the Windows settings and actually turn it up, right? Its default refresh rate, Jesus, was like 75.2. I think my monitor's default was like 59.65 or something like that. Like, what is with the weird, like, just be normal. Just default to 60. What do you mean 59.65?
Missile was evaded.
144 people are spoiled. To be fair,
Enemy forces
a lot of the
taking
time,
by a thread.
I end up
Almost done
locking
here.
at 60 anyway on games because of stream. Because, like, when I'm streaming, I can't stream to YouTube in more than 60 FPS or Twitch.
Aircraft return to base.
So, like, why push the PC harder than it needs to be pushed if, you know, the streaming and recording and all that isn't going to actually reflect that anyway?
Enemy forces are approaching the city. Intercept.
So a lot of the time, I still am playing games in 60 just because of that. If I went up to 1440, I'd upgrade my CPU. Chat, I saw a video recently. It was a no, like, commentary, just straight gameplay video that popped up in my feed. I don't even remember what game it was. But it was in 8K. And it made me sit there for a moment, and I'm like, what if I did videos in 8K? What if I got an 8K monitor and recorded videos in 8K? But then I realized, bro, like, a lot of people don't even have 4K displays. Who the fuck has an 8K display to even watch that in and appreciate that bump in resolution anyway? What's your highest? I think mine is like 120. But my monitor's pretty old, actually.
ESM is active.
Does YouTube even have 8K? I opened it to look, and it does. YouTube does support 8K videos. Could help with the bitrate. I was so, like, I had a moment where I'm like, oh my god, I could be doing videos in 8K if I wanted to. But then, there's really no point.
ESM is active.
Do you understand how much storage you'll need? Yeah, for recording 8K footage. Pretty sure you can just export at a higher resolution, though. Yeah, for reduced compression, you can just export your video at 4K, even if it's not 4K. Like, if you have a 1080p video,
Alpha 1, ESM
like all your footage is in 1080, you can export it at 4K, just so that when you upload it to YouTube, it gets put on the higher end video encoder and doesn't get compressed as heavily. That is a trick that you can do, even if you don't actually have, like, the equipment and stuff for 4K. It will make your video still look better on YouTube than it otherwise would. It reduces the compression. The main reason that I stream in 1440 is literally just that I'm not on the 1080p bitrate, because it looks terrible on YouTube. So I genuinely stream in 1440 just to avoid that compression. No other reason.
All special weapons used. Alpha 1, ASA
Damn, he's
detected.
flying fast. All right. 1080p bitrate is so awful. I don't know how I never noticed it until like a few years ago. It's so bad. Really turning up all aces? It kind of is. The 1080p premium bitrate isn't much better. I wouldn't know. I don't have premium. How far along are we? At the start of stream, we were at 43.
Enemy down.
That was only an hour and 15 minutes ago. See what I'm talking about with the time thing? Because new time zone. Like right there, I was like, yeah, I've been going for like 2 hours. I haven't. I've been going for like an hour and 15 minutes. I'm an hour forward. Honestly, that's good though with how much progress we've made in that time. Feels like 480p 10 years ago was higher quality. I think that's just because we were so used to 480 on like YouTube in particular. Like 480, bro, I remember like 720 on YouTube being so crisp. I remember looking at 720p videos and being like, oh my god, this is some premium gameplay right here. That looks nice. But the higher resolutions are, to be fair, also why YouTube compression has gotten so much worse. When TVs were 4:3, yep. Bro, that's another thing. 16:9. That was such a, like, it didn't feel like it was such a big jump then. It kind of did, but not to an insane extent, because you went to a bigger screen and it filled out the screen. But I feel like more so now when you play a game that's in 4:3 because of when it came out, and then you go to like a slightly newer game, like say it's literally 2 years after and it's in 16:9 natively, you don't have to stretch it and make it look like shit. It just actually is. It's like your whole world opens up going from 4:3 back to 16:9. It's beautiful. It must be how the ultra widescreen users feel when a game doesn't support it, and then they go back to playing a game that does. That must be how they feel. Because holy shit. Good old CRTs. I would say good old CRTs. Man, those things were so fucking inconvenient. They were so heavy.
Weapons running low. All special weapons used.
So awkward at times. Yeah, I feel like it's just not
Crashed.
like standard enough for me to jump on the ultra wide thing. It's one of those things where like once it becomes standard, I'll probably jump to it. Like once everything that's coming out has ultra wide, great. That's huge. Uploaded an hour-long 8K quality video. It'll be roughly 25 gigs big. It would be bigger than that. The thing is, if you're using like a video of mine off of YouTube to get a basis, that's post-YouTube compression. I don't compress pre-YouTube. So, do I have the last video that I published still? Oh, the last video I did was RGG Online. It was a shorter video and way less visual encoding and stuff to be done. So that's not a good basis. But I want to say like my Fist of the North Star video was probably 40 gigs-ish. Do I have that actually? I might still have the uncompressed one. I don't. My RGG Online video, uncompressed, is 17 gigs. I can tell you that. I do still have that. I didn't wipe it yet. Because I store a lot of my stuff in the cloud once I'm done with it. I don't store it on my drive for that long. So I don't have the uncompressed Fist of the North Star video anymore, but it was big. Something big might be going on behind the scenes at Bamco. No, nothing. Nothing big happening at Bamco. Never. Oh, is he? Yes, he is. And the machine gun is a giveaway. You said your MGS4 video was like 1,000 gigs in raw footage. Oh yeah, just because I record in lossless quality. Yeah. That sounds very plausible. I don't know if it was MGS4. My Phantom Pain video was like 1.5 terabytes in footage. I know that. How much is the current one I'm working on? The one I'm working on right now, I have 1 terabyte of just raw footage for. It's 1.04 terabytes on my drive right now. I'm used to working with the big file sizes. You'll do some more, or is that it? That's pretty much it for this one.
ESM is active.
They lost Toei? Wait, did they? I didn't know that they lost Toei.
Crashed. Stage complete. All aircraft return to base.
They also gave the rights to most of their Nintendo stuff to Nintendo. What if Bamco is just falling apart?
Engage the enemy.
It's possible.
Enemy forces are
Like,
approaching the
because
city.
it is kind of... They would have to have something pretty big to make up for all of that loss, right? Which I'm assuming is what you're getting at. But what if... What if they don't? We're doing Elden Ring movie. I'm not expecting much of anything from it, personally. We'd be streaming ACI now. What is the status of the ACI thing? Because, like, I saw it, but from what I saw, people were saying mixed things about, like, the quality of it. Oh, sorry, Infinity? No. I meant, XI, isn't it? The iPhone game. Sorry, that's what I was thinking of. Because, like, literally a day or two ago, there was apparently some big breakthrough on that as well. Which obviously no one cares as much about, but I've seen that. That's what I was asking, if anyone knows about that. Sorry, Infinity, I know the status of. And I'm keeping an eye on it. Because it's great that I said it earlier. The campaign being available is huge. Like, just the game being accessible at all is a huge step. But with the campaign being the only thing that's playable currently, it's kind of like only 5% of the game being available, you know? So like I could just do the 5% that's there and just be like, yeah, this is what we got. But I do kind of want to wait until everything, or at least most things, are available. Like the majority of the game's content is available. Because I know they're still working on getting the rest of it working. Like getting the multiplayer and the co-op stuff. Because really, like, even the multiplayer, you know, I wouldn't want to cover for a video, but like the co-op stuff and all the huge like raid missions and crazy shit, I would want to do all of that. Like the huge co-op raid, like super weapon missions and stuff that Infinity kind of became known for within the community. Like that's what I want to do. We got him. FA-18 being the flagship for AC-8 is still so interesting to me. It's like, it's a super cool, iconic plane. But I feel like it's like, in terms of how Ace Combat typically balances their planes, mind you, I feel like it's like the weakest flagship that they've ever gone with. Because I think prior, like, I guess the quote-unquote weakest, again, in terms of, like, Ace Combat and the way they typically balance the planes out, the weakest one they've gone with prior was, like, the F-15. So it's interesting to me that the FA-18 is AC-8's flagship. Could make an endgame variant or something, maybe.
New coordinates have been set. Check your radars.
It's not the plane, it's the pilot. It's interesting. Because, like, most of the games end up either doing, like, the F-15 or, you know, a traditionally late game plane like the F-22 or something. For the most part, they tend to do stuff like that. So ever since they announced that the FA-18 is the flagship, it's just, the whole time I've been like, really? Like, it's a cool plane. I like the FA-18. It's not that I don't. but it feels like such a surprising pick to me compared to what they usually do.
Aircraft down.
Drake and Josh House is gone. What? What do you mean it's gone? Who would ever tear down such a historic monument? Oh, okay. I'm wondering if we'll see any characters from 3. I mostly doubt it, but
Running low. All special weapons
well,
used.
I'm sort of on the fence about this too. Like, there is the general resource reference that's been spotted, but I've said before with that Namco also tends to put general resource into a lot of their games.
Crashed.
Like, even outside of Ace Combat, general resource pops up a lot. Like in Tekken, general resource has been referenced a few times,
Alpha 1.
which,
Engage the enemy.
if you're not a Tekken fan, might be some insane news to you. But like, even as recent as Tekken 8, like, general resource pops up in Tekken
I
8.
work for the CIA or the FBI or one of those.
So it could be significant. Obviously, it's more significant within Ace Combat itself. But it also could just be the classic Namco, like, sticking it in for the hell of it reference. It's hard to say without the game actually being out. Because they do. Head still broken, scammed. Hey, you pay for the quote, not the head. The head is extra.
New coordinates have been sent. Check your radars. Missile was evaded.
What was I saying? Pause. I don't know what you mean, pause. I forgot what I was saying. I remember the general topic, but I do not remember where I was.
Target hit. Enemy facility was destroyed. ESM is active.
Head usually is extra. It is.
Airspace. Turn back immediately. Lock on. Shut down.
The trade. I'll take it. Just fix it? I forgot to.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I think I know how to fix it. I'm pretty sure I do, but I just forgot.
Shut down.
This entire stream, I've been installing GTA San Andreas mods, 78 mods in so far. He's modding it like a fucking Bethesda game.
Shut down. Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Missile struck
Shit.
target. Crashed.
Like, that's how I mod Morrowind whenever I do.
Alpha 1.
I remember once on Twitch years ago, we were playing Morrowind and I modded the fuck out of it beforehand. And I did all this modding that literally just made the game look pretty and didn't change the gameplay at all. Like, it left all the gameplay vanilla aside from the patches and stuff to fix bugs. And I think I had like 110 mods. Like just for visual mods. Because it was all these little things like, you know, bump mapped, NAR, shit like that.
Stage complete. All aircraft return to base. Shut down. Alpha
Bump
1,
mapped
engage
cliff
the enemy.
racer textures. Shit like, it was great. It was great. Or materials. Materials. That was a team battle. So which Ace Combat are we on again? This is 6. We're trucking. We're making moves, making progress, I swear. Let's Battle Royale. Let's. Did you see my cool gaming screenshot? No. Oh, yes, I did actually. I did see it. Assault Horizon's gonna be a hell of a hurdle too. Assault Horizon's achievements don't seem as bad for like multiplayer and stuff. Although I could be mistaken. I can look. I have my Steam open. Mostly I'm looking at the multiplayer achievements. It's actually crazy. I have 60% of the achievements on Assault Horizon just from like my one front to back playthrough for the video. There's some more single player stuff. There's stuff just for like completing the co-op missions the game has. Get 50 kills in multiplayer. Destroy 30 ground enemies in multiplayer. There's the one. There's the big one. I found it. That one will be a bitch. Everything else seems fine. I found the one achievement on Assault Horizon that's gonna be a bitch. You ready, chat? Veteran pilot. Sortied for 50 hours in competitive online or mission co-op. So just in multiplayer. It's literally just an achievement for play 50 hours total of multiplayer and co-op. And yes, Assault Horizon will be more accessible because it was available on Steam and you can still buy Steam keys. I know a lot of people from chat have a copy of the game, or I know some people who literally, like when I was talking about how you can still get a key, they went to like a key reseller and bought one just when I said it. So they now have it when they didn't before. We'll have more of like a player pool for Assault Horizon, hilariously, than we currently do for AC6. Just because it's not locked to the fucking Xbox 360 on Xbox Live. Like, that alone is the primary reason that AC6 has had such a small player pool. 35 is a bit steep. It was like 20 when I was first talking about it on stream, but I'm sure the pool of available keys just keeps shrinking with time.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Missile evaded.
Yeah, like, and then once, you know, Assault Horizon is the only other one that might have a little bit of a hard time getting players on. But even then, I think it will be a lot easier than this. After Assault Horizon, we have like AC 7 and 8 in terms of games that actually require multiplayer stuff. I don't think we'll have any issue getting players on for AC 7 or AC 8. And we don't know what AC 8 multiplayer is going to look like for completion yet, but AC 7's multiplayer completion is so much easier. Like, that will legitimately be zero issue. Also, fuck. Shit.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Chat, is there still too much space above my head with the camera mount? False told me last night that there was too much space above my head and that I needed to re-angle my camera. What do you guys think?
Keep flying at a low altitude. That airspace is dangerous. Alpha patrolling the combat zone to help out our aircraft. Shut down.
Shit. Even I have Assault Horizon? Do you actually have it?
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Fine. I mean, no, point the camera all the way down at your feet.
Now they're tracking you on radar.
I should have seen this answer coming. Remove your hair, you'll have more space for your head. I think if I remove my hair, I'll have to redo the lighting entirely, to be honest with you. Ow. Bro, this thing is a unit.
Keep flying at a low altitude. That airspace is dangerous. Radar lock.
What a fucking tank of a plane. Let's go. I'm flying the brick.
ESM is active.
I'm just saying there's no need for that space. I did angle it.
Missile evaded.
Now that I'm looking at it, you look less ginger in the new house. I told you, fuckers. I told you. Tornado is awesome. Not in this game.
Back immediately.
The tornado is a total piece of shit in AC6. Like, normally, I like it. In 6, it's awful. Uh-oh.
Crashed. Keep flying at a low altitude. That airspace is dangerous.
Get the Megamind camera angle. Oh my god, if I could get like another arm for the camera and have it like right up there, angle it just right, maybe get like a fisheye. I think that actually could be great. I might do that.
Missile was evaded.
Emphasizes your forehead. We need an angle that emphasizes it more.
Crashed.
What do you think about this? How's this one, chat?
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
How's the Megamind angle?
Missile evaded.
I must have squatulated
Flying at a low
indubitably.
altitude.
Yes.
That airspace is dangerous. Alpha 1, ESM is active. Target hit.
I can't defend you anymore.
Crashed.
I have crashed. Yes. Yes, I have. I have crashed.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Stop. I think it looks pretty good. Personally.
Alpha
The
1,
pic you sent me the other day, do that angle. I don't think I can do that angle with the camera on the mount. Just need a little shine to that forehead. I polished it this morning. Is it not shiny enough?
Missile evaded. Relax, 2. Target hit.
What I do need is a beard trim. Badly. I don't think it really shows on camera, but I do need to trim it up bad. Need oil. I need to oil up my forehead for the Megamind stream. You do look scraggly? Yeah.
Tracking you on radar.
I need a beard trim. I've been on the move.
You're leaving combat airspace. Turn back immediately. Missile was evaded. Keep flying at a low altitude. That airspace is dangerous. Enemy aircraft.
Ow, flak. Hello, FT.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
The OG Captain Price beard. I think I should do the new Captain Price beard. The reboot one. False. Google Captain Price. Thoughts on that beard? What do you think?
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
Ooh, Captain Price.
Crashed. Keep flying at a low altitude. That airspace is dangerous. Alpha 1,
No.
engage the
Why?
enemy.
Please don't. Why? I like it. I think it's very in fashion right now.
Alpha 1, ESM is active. Target hit. Alpha patrolling the combat zone to help out our aircraft.
Oh, I saw that one coming. Shit.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Keep flying at a low altitude. That airspace is dangerous.
I would prefer if it wasn't that.
Alpha 1,
It's fucked up.
ESM is active. Lock on.
Oh,
You're leaving.
shit.
Shut down.
Flak.
Stage
What's the point of a beard if not to cover double chins? This just defeats that. He is confident in his chin.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Uh-oh. I did it again. God damn it. You need the hat too. Was that battle royale or team battle? That was team battle. Yeah. That was team battle. I have messages. False is sending me screenshots of Captain Price and picking apart his beard style, chat. Fuck's sake, I knew it was coming too. God damn this convenient share button. There. perfect, actually. I need to play Disco Elysium. Me too. Someday I will. Probably. Should have realized that was a sign. I mean, that's why a lot of people grow it. Not me. I grew it literally just because, I mean, I've told the story before, but I grew it once for like a no shave. And then when I shaved it off at the end of the month, everyone was like, bro, I miss that beard. That, like, genuinely, you look better with the beard. And I was like, you know, I kind of think I did too. And so I just grew it back and then kept it. I never even intended on having it. I was shaving like daily to keep it clean for years before that.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Really long beard was grim though. That was a totally different situation. Okay, that was completely different.
Fired. Warning, incoming missile. Enemy plane down.
Snipe. Beardathon 2 when? When I need the money. Just to make False suffer. I think it would be funnier if I waited until I lived with False to do another one. The moving again fund, exactly. Don't do it living with me. Why? Why not? What about Mustache-a-thon? Yes. I have said before, though, that the second Beardathon will absolutely be balanced very differently because I don't necessarily want it to get that long again. So I'll make it so that it's possible, but it's going to be harder than it was before because I don't want to do that again. Sleeping on the couch-a-thon? No. No, not the couch. My insomnia.
Warning, incoming missile.
Builds character? No, it doesn't.
Warning, incoming missile.
My fucking ass.
Inbound cruise missile. Special weapons running low. All special weapons used. Fox 2.
Get one of those couches that turns into a bed. I will have my own bed. Yes. So that I don't have to sleep on the couch. Because she's mean. She will make me sleep on the couch all the time if we don't get separate rooms and beds.
Crashed.
It sounds horrible, but it's true. It is true.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I was waiting for Cole to explain, but he isn't. No, it's because you're mean. That's why. Yep. That's why.
Shut down.
Oh my god, I got destroyed there.
Inbound cruise missile.
This is what it feels like when I do it to you. Yep.
Enemy.
Yep. No, it is legitimately just so that we have like separate spaces.
Lost him. Missile strike confirmed.
Like on that off chance where someone just wants to like be in their own space, it's there, you know? But separate beds that you can push together. Bro, isn't it crazy, like thinking about it now, that that just used to be the norm? Like that was the standard, at least in the US. I know that that just used to be like the normal way of doing it. Like if you were a married couple, you had one bedroom that you both shared, but you each had like a single bed that, you know, you would push together for certain activities. But you each had your own single bed
Alpha 1, engage
for
the
just
enemy.
standard sleeping in the same room. It seems so weird, like looking back on it now, that that was like the normal way of doing it. I wonder where that came from. Like why that was the normal way. You know what I mean?
Missile was evaded.
The room and bed is so barren that it's good for a guest bed if someone
Inbound
visits.
cruise missile.
It's not untrue. I got stuff to put in here. This isn't my room. This is my office. I'm not used to it yet, clearly. I'm not in my bedroom. Oh, that's weird. Yep, I had that moment yesterday where, like, in the middle of stream, I realized where I was, and it was not where I, like, subconsciously thought I was. Yeah, just had it again. Which makes your bedroom more barren. It's true.
Enemy plane down.
That's good. It is good. But I had a weird moment yesterday where I suddenly like looked away from my monitor for a second and realized where I was, and I just had it again off of that. And I explained it's actually kind of sweet, like the setup,
Down.
because I've got the office that I'm in right now, and then on the other side, like behind the camera, is the door to my bathroom that's attached to the office, which is
Alpha 1,
great.
engage the enemy.
But then it's a Jack and Jill bathroom. So on the other side of the bathroom, like if you just walk straight through it from that door, like you walk through the bathroom and on the other side, it's my bedroom, which is attached to the same bathroom. So like I just have the door to the bathroom for both open all the time. And it's like the bedroom, bathroom, and office are all attached in that way. Like it's almost like it's just one big space. It's kind of sweet. It's kind of great.
Missile missed.
Although what has been a pain is I'm so used to, like, when I get ready for bed, shutting down my PC is like the last thing I do. Right? But now that it's all the way, like my bed, I mean, now that my bed is all the way in the other room, I have to get used to, like, the first thing that I do when I'm going to get ready for bed is shut off the PC. And then I go into the bathroom and, like, brush my teeth and all that. And then I go to bed. Because otherwise I gotta walk back in here and shut the PC off for the night. I've had it a couple times now where I'm like, this is awkward. I gotta get used to shutting down the PC first. Flip it around.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
There she is. I was looking for that. Battle Royale 50, chat. It's an achievement. That's an achievement. Big progress. Battle Royale 50. You know what that means? At least for Battle Royale, only one more achievement. Just gotta get another 50. Just gotta get another 50. But it's an achievement. It's progress. It's big progress. Big milestone. We're going. Oops. Your balls get in the way of the fetal position? No? I don't think. No, I don't think so. Granted, I'm not in the fetal position to tell you, but I don't think it, or they do. Get a siege battle in. This one time I was feeling so cold and she had taken the entire blanket to herself. I had to somehow put my foot inside the blanket so at least they stay warm. That's why you get 2 blankets. Why am I yawning? What the fuck is that? I had caffeine. I slept fine. Why did I yawn? Depends on the ball size.
What we plan to do. All planes assume attack formation.
Has anyone seen that video of the lady like looking at herself in the little like mirror thing in her car, being like, oh my god, I'm getting old, I got wrinkles, and her kid, you can hear in the back seat, he's like, what are wrinkles? And she like explains it and she's like, it means I'm getting old. And then the kid in the back just chimes in with, I got wrinkles on my balls. Mom goes silent and just lets out this sigh of disappointment. That's a great one. It keeps popping up like from time to time, maybe like once every couple weeks in my feed ever since I first saw it. It gets me every time. Just the kid in the back, I got wrinkles on my balls. He's got a southern accent, which makes it so much better. That shit's hilarious.
Special weapons running low.
It's the sigh of wanting not to laugh.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
It's so good.
Keep an eye on your 6 o'clock. All special weapons used.
She takes a moment to process it. Yeah, she does like freeze for a second after he says it, and then she's just like, oh my god. It's one of my favorite genres of video. Is just like a kid saying some completely unexpected random bullshit and their parents just reacting to it. Create a monster. He's got a point. He does. He does. This is not a sign of old age. He's got him. I just sent one to False the other night of, what's it? One kid asks their mom something like, I don't remember what it was. She was eating something. I can't remember. It was like a popsicle or something. And one of her kids comes up and is like, are you really gonna eat that whole thing? And another kid sitting next to her on the couch is like, yes, she is. Because she's fucking hungry, bitch. And the mom just dies laughing. Shit like that, where the kid just says something completely unexpected. Blindsides you. That's one of my favorite genres of video. There's another one that keeps popping up for me of like a mom and a dad arguing. The video starts mid-argument from the mom's perspective, and the dad's like, I don't know why he would say that. I'd never say that in front of him. And then this kid who's maybe like 7-ish years old, I don't know, runs into the room and like zooms by them and goes, shut up, bitch. They both just die laughing. That one keeps popping up for me like everywhere. That one is also great. Kids saying random shit gets me every time.
Crashed.
Yeah, it was last night that you saw it. I sent it a couple days ago, I think. Somebody showed that kid The Rock during his WWF era. Kids do say some shit. They do. It's hilarious. When I used to work with like that after school program, just every once in a while, they really say something that just blindsides you. They're hilarious. They're not even trying to be half the time.
Operation Charlie complete. Move on to another airspace. Anti-aircraft gun taken out.
Oh.
Shut down.
This British accent ever. I have seen a bunch of those. The like setting up the camera being like, okay, I'm gonna leave the room. You get to say one bad word and just seeing what they say. I saw one of a kid, that exact thing where they're like, okay, I'm gonna leave. You get to say one bad word. And the kid, like after the door shuts, gets really close up to the camera and starts going, stupid, 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 stupid.
You're doing great. Continue on with the mission.
That one was good. Just over and over again, then the door opens. They like look like a deer in headlights. The mom's like, oh, were you not done? They're like, no. Shuts the door. They just keep going right back to it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Just saying it over and over. They're funny sometimes, man. They are.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Was the stream lagging, or is that my, like, preview just lagging? Because sometimes the preview just does. But we were having a bit of lag yesterday because the router that my ISP, my new ISP provided is shit. I need to get a new one. That kid realized what was up with the camera. the fact that they saw the camera and didn't think like, oh, this is a trick. They just went right up to it. My God.
Anti-aircraft gun taken out.
Missiles everywhere.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
Bow. Bow. Ooh. Bow.
Shot down.
Shit. Oh. I hope that didn't get picked up. Felt great though.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I love kids, but I would never ever have my own. They're so annoying. Probably kill it within a week. I don't think she'll say it, but I think that's False's biggest reason. My phone heard you say that. I'm gonna get more of those videos. Yep. That's how it goes.
All aircraft return to base.
They're funny though. The bad word ones. You get one bad word. It's just funny seeing like what the go-to is given the opportunity.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Enemy forces are approaching the city. Intercept.
I've sent False a few of those though. Like just kids saying random crazy shit. They're hilarious. There's what? There's one where I just remembered it. It's this girl who's maybe like 4 years old, give or take, and she's just hugging her mom from the front. Important detail.
Alpha 1,
She's hugging her mom from the front, and she like pulls back from the hug after a second. She's like, your tummy stinks. She says something like that. Mom's like, what? Where? The girl points right at her crotch. And False was like, I can never have a child. I would not be able to handle, I could never. That shit had me dying. Shit like that kills me. I can't, bro. I was fucking losing it at that video. False was just like, I cannot have a child. Never. Ugh. Like, imagine your kid telling you that your coochie stinks. My feelings would get so hurt. Your kid who doesn't even, like, have a concept of that, right? Like, they're not saying it just to say it or to be funny. Like, they genuinely don't know. They're being completely real with you, having no idea what they're actually saying. Like, that is kind of what makes it funnier when you see videos like that. Like, they don't even know. Which is worse, exactly. Emotional damage. Exactly. That's what makes it funny when you see those videos. Like, they don't even know what they're saying. They're just being totally 100% real with you. They don't even have the concept of, like, you don't say that. That won't hurt your feelings. The woman in the video laughed. I guess it really just depends who you are.
Alpha 1, ESM is active.
Oh, that was a good one. There was one of a dad holding up like a little, like, you know those little like cards or whatever for kids to like learn how to read, where it's like a really simple word with a little cartoon picture to like help them get there. It was one of a card that said fat, and he shows it to his daughter who's like 3. Flash card, yes, thank you. Shows it to his daughter who's like 3 years old. He goes, "Who's that?" She goes, "Dad." Kids, man. They're crazy.
ESM is active.
The dude who scientifically proved that his wife's coochie bacteria biome was perfect. That shit was insane. That was one of those only on the internet. Only on the internet. Genuinely. Like, what the fuck? I don't ever interact with kids because I have no experience with them speaking that way. It's funny. It's a bit shocking at first, but it's funny. And you really, weirdly, at least I would agree that you don't typically get offended by it. I don't think most people do. I'm sure some people do. I don't think most people do. I don't know what I'm doing.
ESM is active. Crashed.
I don't know what I'm doing. Never been one either.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Cousin or something. I have a shit ton of second cousins because I have a huge extended family that I'm on the younger side of. Like, I have second cousins that are like my age, like the same age as me. I have a couple that are older even. So I have plenty of family like that False inevitably will probably have to interact with. God forbid. A child. Scariest shit on earth. Steam controller sold out in 30 minutes and apparently broke Steam for a bit in the process? No way.
Shut down.
Wait to get nephews and use them as practice. Also, you don't have nephews, do you? Or nieces, do you?
Alpha 1, engage the
Or do you not? I don't think you do. I don't recall you ever mentioning. I might, I don't know. Also, do you know do you know what a niece or a nephew is? Please. Please. What do you mean I don't know?
ESM is active.
Oh, yeah. Wake up. No. Okay. Oh, can't have kids. I was like, I don't think you have nieces or nephews. This woman is 14 years older than him? I believe so. Good for him. Making Cole jealous. 14? Damn. It's not even the 14-year age gap that I'm thinking about. I'm just like, I know how old False's brother is. So, like, damn.
ESM is active.
I thought you meant cousins. No, that's second cousin. Your cousin's kid is your second cousin. I don't know who came up with that, because it's kind of stupid when you say it out loud, but that's what it is.
Crashed.
That's what second cousin means? Yes.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I have a fuck ton of second cousins. Never bothered to learn.
ESM is active. Fired. Enemy down.
Previous gen is aunt and uncle, next gen is niece and nephew, blood related or not. I'm gonna have a shit ton of nephews and nieces if any of my siblings would ever get their shit yet. It's going to be eventful holiday-wise. Oh my god, I don't even know all of them. Like, I go to some family events, and I'm just like, who is that? So genuinely, yes. Yes, it will.
Stage complete. All aircraft return to base.
I don't think you'll ever meet a single cousin or anything of mine. Probably not.
Alpha 1, engage
Maybe,
the enemy.
but probably not. It's insanely relatable. Bro, I, at a funeral once, for an extended family member, I was a pallbearer. So, if you're not familiar with the term, I had to help carry the casket, like, from the service to the burial. And it was all, like, family members, like, close family members who were pallbearers, who were carrying the casket. There were 8 of us. I didn't even know, like, 2 of them. Like, I didn't even know who they were. Genuinely. I was, like, standing next to them, lifting this fucking heavy-ass casket with a dead body in it. I'm like, I don't even know you. Who are you? I have shit like that at family events all the time. Legitimately. My real grandmother didn't even know I existed. That's crazy. It's time. That one game, a stream that everyone waits for. The Burt time. It's very sad. Well, I don't even particularly remember But on one side of False's family, there was a thing with the grandparents where they just were not in communication at all with the rest of the family.
Fired.
I don't recall what or why, but that was a thing that I remember. It's time. RCL time. My brother's son's son. Jesus Christ. Right. Yes, that is what it is.
Radar lock. Missile struck target.
I'll take a hit. I can live with that. Any weapon is anti-air if you try hard enough. It's true. Literally just learned what second cousin means. That's what it means. Your cousin's child. But damn. Go.
Warning, incoming missile. Missile evaded.
Oh god.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you. Fired.
RCL. The best thing about this plane. AC6 RCL is so busted. It single-handedly makes the A10 genuinely good. Like, just in general in this game. Because it does that.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
They gave the A10 the best RCL on top of just RCL in this game being broken as is, and it made this plane goated. It was always like a funny haha plane for me, like, oh, let's fly the A10. In AC6, it's actually just good. It's not even like a funny haha anymore. This is just a genuinely good plane.
Missile was evaded.
I don't know how you'll do it. Well, you'll learn.
Fired.
Oh. Better movement than the F-117. I don't know why they made the Dorito so shit in this game. I really don't. Because it is legitimately awful in AC6.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar. Missile evaded.
my god. Oh my god.
Missile was evaded.
I love this thing.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
Saturday? Was that on Saturday? Oh yeah, it was. It was. My weekend blended together a bit. The two moving days. It was, yes, it was. I was like, I thought that was yesterday. It wasn't. After I thought about it for a second. Granted, the whole last week blended together before the moving days. Oh, the homeless arc. That was something. Ow.
Crashed.
Shit.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I bet. I was homeless for too long. I had like 2 side project ideas during that time that I totally did not ADHD out on and compulsively start on without a whole lot of thought as to whether or not I should start on them. I had time. I had time.
Fired.
Fuck.
Anti-aircraft gun
Still not
taken
gonna
out.
tell us. No. Boosh. Do you ever plan to tell us? Maybe. Maybe.
Shut
Shit.
down.
I wanted the gun kill. Why has my auto white balance suddenly made me so white? I left it on. I've been leaving it on just to see where it starts to sit around, but why am I suddenly so white? I was not this white like an hour ago, I swear. What happened? You chew ice? Fuck no, I got sensitive teeth. Like really sensitive, that would kill me. Look the same? I don't. Go back to like right before I said the why am I so white and then go back like an hour. You'll see. I don't. It randomly made me mega white. I've turned it back to manual now.
Stage complete.
To not
All
be as
aircraft
white.
return to base. Alpha 1, engage
Why
the
do I have a
enemy.
big piece of hair sticking up? Where is it? I'm not seeing it in real time. Fuck.
Fired.
There. That was a battle royale. No, that was a team battle? No, that was a battle royale. Yeah, you're right. The auto white balance just randomly was like, and you're gonna be like a ghost now. Congrats. Let's do a team battle, yeah. And while this is going, while I'm opening this up and letting James in, I need a piss break real quick, chat. So, feel free to get up for a minute, get a drink, snack, bathroom break yourself, whatever you gotta do while I'm up. And then when I'm back, more Ace Combat 6. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Hello, chat. I may or may not have pissed with the door open. I cannot confirm nor deny, but I may have. Huh? Oh. I was like, why can't I choose a plane? I can do that. This whole area, it's me. Just me. My area. Piss break is longer in this house? No, I just really had to go. That was a full tank. It has nothing to do with the house. That was all me.
Alpha 1.
Your Ace Combat 6 room? Yes. Wash your hands? Yeah. Allegedly. Forgot to mute. The Baki scene where this massive dude pisses so much it floods the urinal. I need to watch Baki. I do. Y'all see the English dub of the new Fist of the North Star adaptation? Actually, this is a fun topic. It's, if you haven't seen it, it's one of the worst English dubs in a long time. It is so, like, genuinely, unbelievably bad. It's one of the worst English dubs in a fucking while. Sounds like Johnny Bravo. It's so bad. It's not even just Ken, it's everyone. And especially, like, the Japanese voice acting is one of the best parts of the new Fist of the North Star adaptation. Like, the new JP voice cast is unreal. Maybe the best Fist of the North Star has ever had, like, in any of its adaptations. But, holy shit, that English dub. That is something, man. Not worse than the Amazon AI, like the worst that it's been with actual actors. I have 3D anime trauma from Berserk. It's not as bad as Berserk 16. It's still, like, it would have been better if they just actually did, like, traditional animation, like hand drew it. But the thing is, there is a lot of, like, hand-drawn stuff in the new adaptation as well. It's not all 3D. And when it is hand-drawn, it looks insane. It looks fucking amazing for everything in it that's hand-drawn. But the 3D stuff is hit or miss. Like, some of it actually looks good. Some of it looks really bad. Like you'd expect it to. It's up and down. But the hand-drawn stuff in the new adaptation is unreal. Like, whenever you do get a shot that is hand-drawn, you can tell. And it's amazing. Like, you can really tell from it that if this team were given, like, the time and the resources for that to be viable, like for them to actually animate it traditionally, they would be some of the best animators in the industry right now. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. It's that good whenever you do get those shots. If they were given the right circumstances to do the whole adaptation like that, it would be insane. But they have to save on the budget and do things on a shorter timeline, and just 3D is the way with what they're being given. It sucks. It really sucks when you see, like, those glimpses of what it could have been. I hate how anime budgets go. It's fucking crazy. Although, the other side of the budget thing with animation is, of course, and this is not an original thought by any means. On the other side of the coin, you get Invincible, where, like, it gets this insane animation budget. Like, actually, the amount of money that goes into Invincible is ridiculous. It's way more than is necessary. And then it comes out looking like Invincible, which, is not great. Like, thank God the writing is good, because if it wasn't, Invincible would not have lasted past season 1. It's just that the writing and stuff in Invincible is insane, and it's so good that, like, everyone just puts up with it, But for the amount of money that goes into it, it's crazy. Because it all goes to the actors. That also, I forget to mention that the voice acting in Invincible is incredible too. And I would believe that with the fucking talent that they get for the series. Yeah. Give half of that budget to the Fist of the North Star team. It's about time, too, with Fist of the North Star especially. And that's what happened to Berserk 16 as well. It wasn't so much a budget issue. Like, it was kind of a budget issue, but the big issue was that they just were not given a realistic timetable for it. Like, they had to start and be done in such a short amount of time that everything just came out being like, blah, 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 and like whatever you get on that first draft is pretty much what you got.
Running low. All special weapons used.
Making them pump out a season a year. Yeah. But it really is like, you compare, some of the comparisons are, yeah, a bit extreme with like comparing to Mappa, I was about to say. Like, that's the one that everyone compares to with Invincible, which is just not a fair comparison at all. But what's it? There are shows with much smaller animation budgets that come out looking a lot better to One Piece. That's probably a more fair comparison. Like, large budget, not a ton of time. That's probably a more accurate comparison. I did just see the J.K. Simmons thing where originally when they reached out, they wanted him to be Cecil, but he just wanted to be Omni-Man. So they let him try it and they loved it. And like, I can't think of Omni-Man speaking and not hear J.K. Simmons. So like, they clearly made the right call. I don't know what they were thinking trying to get J.K. Simmons for him. I think J.K. Simmons would have been good. I think Walton Goggins, like what they ended up with, is a lot better. For sure. But I think J.K. Simmons would have played a good Cecil. And One Piece wasn't seasonal. Fits every role he's in like a glove. He really is great. The art style advancing over time. It's true. And I always say with Invincible, like, for the moments where the animation is really important, like, mostly the fight scenes, of course, where the animation has to be good to sell, like, that moment, it is good. Like, the Mark and Omni-Man fight at the end of Season 1, and, like, Conquest, and the Thrag stuff that just happened. Like, when the animation needs to be good for that scene to work, it almost always is in Invincible. Like, they do a very good job with prioritizing the scenes that need that extra animation, right? That extra care. It always gets it. Like, I can't think of a moment in Invincible where they needed to have more animation and they just didn't, so it came out really flat. Like, the animation is kind of shit in a bunch of moments where it's like mostly dialogue anyway, so you're not really focused on the animation as much. They prioritize really well with the time that they're given, which I don't think enough people talk about. That was a team battle. I had to double check. I keep comparing it to Dragon Ball animation and get sad. Bro, thank God Dragon Ball Super, like, later down the line, started prioritizing better. And thank God we're getting something like Beerus. Which, for the non-Dragon Ball enjoyers who might know a little bit and are like, that's a character. They're doing a remaster. They're reanimating Dragon Ball Super. And that reanimated series is going to be called Dragon Ball Beerus. where it's going to be more manga accurate in terms of like not as much filler, not as much padding, because obviously the manga's been done for years. And the Dragon Ball Super adaptation of that material was not great. Like the movies that were originally, like the movies for what's it? Destruction for Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. Those movies are the original material. Then they did the manga. Then they did the anime. Weird thing there. But even like the movies were just way better. Animation wise, like not as much padding and filler. The movies were always better. And yeah, One Piece is getting a remake too. I think the Dragon Ball Super one is airing this year though, isn't it? I feel like the One Piece remaster I've been hearing about for ages, and it still feels like it's not even close to happening. The Dragon Ball one, they like announced, and like it's happening relatively soon, I think. We're not getting Goku Black or Tournament of Power remade, though. Well, not yet. I would say yet. They might. They might. Like, I think their initial goal is to reanimate the things that really need it. Like, Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, and all that. And then that one arc that I can never remember the name of, that it's a shit arc anyway. That one, like those ones desperately need the touch up, whereas like Goku Black and Tournament of Power do need a touch up, but not the same way. Like they kind of started to get it more figured out by then. It still could have been a lot better, but they were getting it at least a little bit pulled together by then. The anime changes, like story-wise, probably aren't gonna be undone with the remaster, as far as I would guess. I don't know that, but I kind of get the vibe that the story changes are gonna be consistent. Very hit or miss, yeah. One of the reasons I'm not into that much anime is because there are so many things to watch and it gets overwhelming. I don't watch that much, but I hear about things. Just read the manga, lol. Is a good answer.
Enemy plane down.
Was horrible. It was pretty good by Goku Black, but the story differences in the manga for Goku Black is needed. Yeah, I would love if they did down the line reanimate Goku Black and Tournament of Power. Actually, I don't really mind the story changes in Tournament of Power much. I think the Goku Black ones are way worse. But like the Tournament of Power ones, I feel like are just different, but like not better or worse. They're just kind of like, yeah, it's a little different. But what's it? With them animating like the Galactic Patrol stuff now and fully getting into that, thank God as well. It would actually be really cool if they did remaster those two big arcs and make them manga accurate. Like that would be sweet. That would be really fucking cool. Not that either of those arcs will have too much impact, like with the story changes going forward, but it would just be really nice. I know Goku wasn't the smartest before, but that was far beyond anything he'd done before. Yes, it was bad. Goku and Super in general, even in the manga, feels significantly dumbed down compared to like Z. But Goku Black anime adaptation was the worst of it, like by far. That was crazy. Imagine the Dragon Ball remake. Bro, I would fucking kill for them to reanimate OG Dragon Ball. I don't think they ever would, but that would be incredible. Treat me like a complete newbie. Recommend me an anime. What do I start with? OG Dragon Ball. I don't know, maybe not. It's long. Cowboy Bebop is a good pick, actually. Don't? No. Do it. Start with OG Dragon Ball. I feel like Dragon Ball is a pretty safe pick because it was such a big gateway for so many people in the West. Like, that was one of the big ones that, like, actually put anime on the map in the West. So, like, OG Dragon Ball genuinely could be a good starting point. It's just, it's a long series is the only downside to it. There are a lot of other, like, huge gateway type series from the modern day that could also be recommended that are shorter by a good bit. But none of them grab me the same way. Like Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, shit that just gets so unbelievably popular that it kind of reaches the same status. Just in the modern day where a lot of people are already open to anime already, but you get what I'm saying? Just, like, I can't even compare them to shit like Dragon Ball or like Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, it's hard to even try to. I really can't. Full Metal Alchemist, I never got that into. I started it and I dropped it at some point. Chat has tried to figure out where it was exactly before, and I don't really know. Because I very vaguely remember it, because it was like 10 plus years ago now that I tried to watch it. Because, like, I know that I saw the dog. Like, the classic, like, I saw that, I watched that. Beyond that, I don't really remember much of the show.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
How about Death Note? Death Note actually is a pretty good one. I think Death Note
Target hit.
is actually maybe a pretty good starting point. Because hear me out. Like, yeah, it's a little overdone these days. But, like, it was that good. Like, just the mystery and everything was that good. And it's not that long.
Missile missed.
The first half of Death Note is great. Some of the second half is pretty good. Not much of it, but some of it. Yeah, Death Note probably is a really good starting point, just because, like, it has such a good mystery, and yeah, it's not too, like, anime tropey. I haven't seen Bakano, but I've heard good things.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
See, region can really change the recommendation for starting point a lot too, because, like, if you're from South America, Dragon Ball is like the easiest pick ever. Like, if you're from anywhere on the continent of South America, you'll love Dragon Ball. That's just, it's an unwritten rule. No one can explain why, but you will. If you're specifically from Brazil, Dragon Ball will become like your new hyperfixation for the rest of your life. It just will. Specifically, if you're from Brazil, you will never not think about Dragon Ball again at any moment for the rest of your life. Again, I don't make the rules. I don't understand them. These are just the rules. It's how this works. I don't know why, but it is.
Missile missed.
If you're from South America and you haven't seen Dragon Ball, what are you even doing? The South America Dragon Ball thing is so funny only because it's so true. Why South America and Brazil? If you don't know, it legitimately is because Dragon Ball is unbelievably popular in South America. And especially in Brazil. It's like, I think Brazil is the country, like the single country, which is why I mention it specifically, where Dragon Ball is the most popular, like on the globe. And again, I don't understand these rules, but these are the rules. Like, if you're from South America, especially Brazil, you're gonna fucking love Dragon Ball. It's just how it works. That was a battle royale. I had to mark it. Whoop. I typoed it. Fucked up the spreadsheet. There we go. All right, chat, get this. It's about that time. Punched in the last win. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Don't forget that apparently cartel operations drop by a large percent every time a new Dragon Ball arc drops. It really is funny. I don't know why it's so popular there specifically, other than the fact that it aired a lot, because like it did in North America too. But holy shit, 50%? No, that would be too wishful. We were at 43 at the start of stream. It was like 43.05. We are officially at 47.02%. Just shy of 4% today. Just off of it. Just off of it. I say huge progress. Huge progress. When Toriyama passed, didn't cartel operations go down by like a lot? They did. They did. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy it and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff like Metal Gear, Resident Evil, Yakuza, all sorts of stuff. Maybe something a little crazy tomorrow. I don't know. You didn't hear it from me. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to leave a like on the YouTube side. Oh, we're only on YouTube today. I forget. Feel free to leave a like. Helps out with algorithm and stuff, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below. They're all there. Twitter, Discord server, whatever. Other than that, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you always back here next time. I hope you all have the rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.